One of the most common things I get asked is, how do I get started? And it depends on a couple of things. But let's say you're getting started in a gym, and where do you start? They can be really daunting and there's a lot going on. First of all, ask a member of staff if they can teach you how to use the equipment. You really want to utilize the equipment in a gym because that's what you're paying for and that's where you're going to get the benefit. Use all of the gym at the beginning. Everything that aligns with your goal, everything that makes sense, just learn how to use it, because that way when it comes to you getting comfortable in there and you knowing what works for you, what doesn't, what you like, what you don't, it's just so much easier because you've already kind of like had a go on everything, and it just makes it so much more comfortable to plan out and easier to plan out because you've tried everything. You're like, right, I've gone over there, that piece of equipment, it doesn't suit my body very well, it doesn't feel good, I can't adjust the seat to the right height for what I need, all sorts of things. And you really want to take advantage of that. Start with the resistance machines. Start there with your weightlifting. Use the cardio equipment to warm up, cool down, get your steps in if needed, but that's it. Okay? You don't really want to use a gym to get your cardio in, get your steps in, or to focus on your goals. It's really going to be such a hard slog if you do that, and you're not going to make the most of the gym and your membership. So start with the resistance machines. Why? Because they will put you in the right position and they will help you with form and technique. When you're a beginner, that is so important, and the machines just make it a little bit easier. They are a great way to get your muscles conditioned to lifting weights as well. All you do is you stick the pin in nice and light and start using it. If you don't want to speak to a member of staff on how to use it, most machines have got a little diagram with exactly what to do, how to use it, how to set it up. Some of them even have a QR code that you can scan on your phone, and it gives you a little bit of a tutorial video through that. Start there, get your muscles used to lifting and get your body used to being in a certain position for what it is that you're doing. How do you want to do it? You really want to split it up. Look at your big muscle groups first. So your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, your bum, and your thighs. Look at your big muscle groups first and start there. The resistance machines in the gym will have a photo of a body with a highlighted area of the muscle group that it works. So that will make it so much easier for you to kind of have a look at, like, oh, okay, so that works my chest, that's a big muscle group, I'll go on that. And then you can work it around that. Leave your smaller muscle groups till last, because you really want to put the effort into your bigger muscle groups. They're the muscle groups that are going to get you your results. And then you kind of want to use your last dregs of energy on your smaller muscle groups because they don't need as much, and you're going to empty the tank on them. Now, once you've got comfortable with the resistance machines and your body's got used to it, your muscle soreness has reduced a lot if you've been getting muscle soreness, and your confidence has built. You've started to put the weights up, you've started to increase the reps, and you're feeling way more comfortable. Now, from here, if you want to, you do not have to, you can stay where you are and just keep progressing on the resistance machines if that's what you want. If you want to explore a little bit more, then you've got a few options. I would go on to the cable machines and the dumbbells next. They're going to be easier to kind of translate in terms of form, in terms of technique, and in terms of the light weights that you want to start off again to, because it's going to feel heavy, and then progress in small stages. The cable machines are fantastic, but they do really want to control you. And when you are using any sort of resistance training, whether it be bands, kettlebells, anything, you really have to be in control of the weight, not let the weight control you. And dumbbells are great. They're really accessible. You can do pretty much anything with them. And they usually jump up in small increments, so you can do that as well. However, when you are progressing onto a cable machine or onto dumbbells, you really have to watch your form. The machine isn't there to hold you in place anymore. So bear that in mind. After that, you can then look at progressing onto the heavier weights, ideally onto a barbell, an Olympic barbell, potentially into big lifts like your powerlifting moves or even your Olympic weightlifting moves. They are absolutely fantastic and really where the magic happens. But if you don't want to go into that area, if you don't want to go that way, you don't have to. You can easily progress with the options I've just given you. Now, the other thing, of course, is you might not want to join a gym. You might not be starting off in a gym. You might be starting at home. You might only want to train at home, and that's absolutely fine. The way I advise my clients to get started if you're starting at home is more time-based. Look at your big muscles and look at simple exercises. For example, a squat, a push-up, a sit-up, things that you can do with your body, things that you can do with your body weight if you haven't yet invested in any equipment or if you're not quite ready to use your equipment again yet. Look at things like that, squats, push-ups, lunges, sit-ups, things like that, and go, right, okay, create a little bit of a circuit. I'm going to do X amount of reps of squats, X amount of push-ups, X amount of sit-ups, X amount of lunges. And my goal today is to just do 10 minutes. I'm going to go through a round and I'm going to have a minute's rest, minute or 2 minutes rest in between each round. You're not going to rush it. You're going to take your time because your form is crucial. You're going to learn your form and you're going to really learn how to control it nice and slowly so you can get the most out of your body and the workout. And then just repeat it. Set yourself a goal for 10 minutes and go, right, I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to have a 1 to 2 minute gap depending on how I feel, depending on how out of breath I am, depending on just what my body is capable of. Then I'm just going to repeat that for 10 minutes with that 1 to 2 minute gap in between rounds. And that's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. You can do that and add in resistance weights, add in some resistance bands, add in a kettlebell, add in some dumbbells as well. So if you've already got that equipment and you feel like you're ready to jump in straight away because body weight's too easy, then easily add that and keep the same system as what I've just suggested. After 3, 4, 5 weeks, depending on your level, go, right, okay, my body's getting used to this now. Let's try and do 20 minutes. Let's find a couple of more exercises. I've worked my bum, I've worked my thighs with squats and lunges, worked my chest with push-ups, working my abs with sit-ups. What other muscles do I need to do? Shoulders, upper back. Okay, so have a bit of a research. Drop a comment in this video and ask me, what exercises can I do for these areas? And then add them in. Keep your rest intervals the same as what you've been doing and just go, right, I've now added to this circuit. I'm going to keep my rest, but I'm now going to go for 20 minutes. Okay, great. Do that for 3 or 4 weeks and then see if you can add another 10 minutes, add in a couple of more variations in there. There is nothing wrong with repeating this 3-4 times a week. As long as you're recovering well, you'll do fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Your body will be fine. Nice balance if you focus on the big muscle groups first. Just remember to keep everything simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it, whether you're in the gym or at home. If your time limit realistically is I can only do 30-minute sessions, then that's your goal. But do it in sections. Like I said, let's go 10 minutes. When that feels good, let's go 20 minutes. When that feels good, let's go 30 minutes. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Start there and you will be off to a flyer. Remember, you have to be consistent. So if you plan something in that's too hard, too much, too fast, too much of a time commitment at the beginning, that's not sustainable. If you're not going to be consistent with it, which means you're not going to get your results anyway. So why kill yourself? Keep it simple, slow it down, make it sustainable, add to it when you feel ready. Add it with time, add it with equipment, add it with variations of exercises. It's completely up to you. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below, ask me, and if I can help you, I will. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Good luck.